Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick little video here, just going live, really not responding to anything, but I have this knife that I've been working on. It's in that AEBL that everybody's talking on, and I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to just show how I'm shaping up some of these handles. I've got about 7 different styles of handles. Certain knives need different style handles, and certain knives can go with a certain style on all, with the part of it itself. But anyway, this is what we're doing. I don't know if anybody will even get on here, but we're going to drop down. And I'm just, I've already roughed it out with the sander or my belt sander over there. Now I'm coming back and I am tuning it up, so to speak. And what that does is it allows me to go ahead and get any unrefined edges. Now, I have noticed I have several knives that I've been working on that I'm selling a lot of. Well, when it comes to making sheaths and getting someone else to do it, I had talked with someone and I am going to work on a mold. Now I have a good idea of how to do it. I've made molds before. And what I'm going to do is make a mold. And I'm going to put it in that pressure pot and show you how I make the mold. Now we're not going to do that tonight, but be looking for a video that's going to come up that is actually going to show you that will be something that you, if you're interested in making molds for something that you're going to be duplicating quite often. And by doing that, what that'll do is allow me to duplicate the same as I do with my knives. I have patterns that I put on there and I make those patterns work feasibly for every knife that is the same. When I first started with the knife making, wasn't so. I just made knives. I mean, they looked alike, but they weren't quite the same in every aspect. The grinds would be different. Um, really wasn't looking to make production knives. I was just looking to make knives. I just wanted a knife. So that's what we're doing here. It's not going to be a lengthy video. Just thought I would put a little content out there for you to see. But when I get them to where I feel I'm looking for any kind of snag, any kind of whatever you would want to call, like on this part right here, this is not rounded. So I'm just going to work it just like you would if you was working on a piece of wood that you was going to have to hold or anything else. And making scales is not hard. Being symmetrical with them is more along the line of it. This up here is good for now, so, and instead of putting, I've got a little vise that I can just turn everything around, but I like to use it with this here, and I know that this edge has sharp edges on it, so I just want to work them off, and then I start pushing them back in until I feel that there's none. And it doesn't take a lot. I start out with 120. Um, and as I work them down, then I'll go up in grade. These are Bacardi wood scales. This is kind of a Coke bottle design for the, there we go. But on my pins, for the mosaic pins, I'll show you here. You can kind of see it. What I have done is I have put those pins inside and glued them into another one, and I'm going to do another set of these that I'm working on of making my own mosaic pins to where I make them myself. Is they'll go inside of another one, and the outside ring here will have the, like this part here, it will actually have another red circle and then another ring over that, and there'll be 4 pieces inside of it. Now, what I've got to worry with and what I've got to work on is to ensure they don't come apart. Um, because it can look pretty, but if it's not functional, then it's just not. This is that AEBL. Um, I've sat down for 7, 8 months now, and I've been working on trying to figure out the process and the correct process and what is a good hardness that it needs to be, and instead of just going and saying, well, if we do the full cryo treatment at 95 degrees negative, or even if we take it up to 200 or whatever, that it becomes its best. Depends on what the best is what I'm finding is something that is real hard will hold an edge for a long time. I am just curious, as because AEBL has been around since, I want to say, the 50s. Don't quote me on that, but it's been around a long time. But it's when you get that edge on there for the common person, I think that it's going to be hard for them to come back in 2 to 3 years to profile it back to where it needs to be at. But you know, I've still got a lot of experience to learn. I would show you this here, but with me sanding it, but you'll see it. It'll be on Facebook. If you're not there, you can just go under Mike Ware and you'll see it under it. But it's just a little, actually, the name of it's the Southern Hot Nest. But it's a prototype for me to carry for a little while and see how it works, see how comfortable it is, see if the handles need to be fatter, if they need to be a little less purchased, see if the thickness of it is going to be, it's a 3/16, see if it needs to be thinner, thicker. It's just a test, and that's what I do with a lot of my knives, and a lot of you guys don't see that. Whenever I put a knife out, I personally have fooled with it for about 6, 7 months on a daily basis and found it to perform what I needed it to. No one person does it the same. And then now recently I have gotten with a group of men that I am sending them out to them and letting them test them. Now, if some of you guys later on, you're going to see on the channel that I've got here that I'm going to be asking for testers. It's a good way for you to be a subscriber. It's the only way you're going to be able to do it. But it's going to be a good way for you to be able to get a free knife to test. I'm not going to ask you to send it back and forth and send it to 20 or 30 different people. I mean, $100, I mean, really in reality, you've got a little few hours of man hours work in it, but you've got about 40 bucks, and that's the best advertisement that you'll ever spend for $40. So that's just my thought on it. And 30 years of business, I figure I ought to know that advertisement is the most expensive part of a business. So that's something that you guys can kind of be looking forward to. Now on this thing here, when I'm doing it live, I'm on the phone and I really don't see any comments coming up, and there may be a ton of them that y'all are talking back and forth, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm not. But that's kind of like just all I was wanting to really do, was just to throw it out there that, you know, I've got a few of these here that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to test them for a few weeks myself, out and about. You'll see the grinds and things like that on it, but you'll also see that you'll have an opportunity excuse me, to be a subscriber and be a true tester. Now, you know, just someone that doesn't do videos or anything like that, it's going to be kind of hard. But even if you don't do videos, I know people that are hunters that don't do videos at all, are very great. But just keep that in mind for anybody that watches this, and all of y'all that came on here live. For now, I'm going to sign out of this thing here because I've got another job to perform tomorrow for the next 40 hours. So I need to finish this one up and get it cleaned up and get a sheath made for it real quick and test it out. It's kind of a unique little design as far as the handle goes. It's all new to me, this style here, but I'm going to try it out and see what the fuss is about it, and see if I need to go thicker or thinner. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all that come by here tonight and stopped in and checked it out. And remember, if you got any friends that are people that test knives, send me an email, asroutdoors@yahoo.ca, and get with me, and we'll see about getting some of these things sent out. Serious inquiries, I mean, truly, you know, there'll be knives that I'll just be giving away for our everyday person that doesn't really test. It's just needing a knife. So keep that in mind, and I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys on another video.